Porch friends. It is Thanksgiving Eve and we are about to cook up a mess of collards. Now, we were going to go out to the collard patch, but it's been raining so hard that we just decided to get our collards from our local Carly C's IGA, and they have local produce, so we feel like we've done a good job with that. So what you will need are some country ham hocks. I wouldn't do the smoked ham hocks because the flavor is just not as good with your collards. Just get the country ham hocks, your mess of collards, a big old collar pot, a little bit of sugar, and some salt. Now, what you'll want to do is make sure you have the most important ingredient, collards of course. Put your Christmas music in the background. It sets the mood for cooking a mess of collards. So what you want to do first is go ahead and put your ham hocks in your big old pot, get them to boiling, and then wash your collards while you're doing that. We are getting ready to wash our collards, but we're going to go ahead and take the stems off before we do that, and have my trusty assistant Sophia here doing a fine job with that. Now some people do it differently. Some people will leave some of the stem on. I like to take it up to about where the leaf begins and then just throw it in your pot and get it ready to be washed. And you'll have to wash them really good. Make sure there's no little worms in there. Although we like protein, we don't like that kind of protein. Oh, that's woo! Does that feel good? Our collards have been washed. Now what we're going to do is take the washed clean collard and pull the stem straight through like that. Because you don't want to cook the stem because this is really tough. And then some people like to lay their collards out, stack them after they've pulled the stem out. I'll do that again. It's very easy. There's really no wrong way to do it. They like to take them and stack them and then cut them. But what I do is just rip them like that and just put them back into the pan, and they're ready to put into the boiling water. Okay, collards are waiting to go into the boiling water. Those are the ham hocks. Boy, they smell so good. Lucky Darren, he gets to wake up to collards cooking on this Thanksgiving morning. And of course, that's very important too. A cup of coffee. Sorry, I'm not showing you how I look today. It's not very pretty. There they go. Ham hocks cooked about an hour. They're over here resting, waiting. And we're going to let the collards cook. I'll check them in about 30 minutes because I did take the stems out of them, so they might cook a little bit faster. Let's get another look at that. They smell so good. Hello, baby. Hello, baby. Happy Thanksgiving, Front Porch friends. It is Thanksgiving Day. Obviously, I ran out of time yesterday, so I finished my collards this morning. You got a little preview of them cooking earlier. So they are done. You can see in the pot there. They smell so good. Don't they look good, Darren?
Yes.
And the ham hocks, I pulled off the ham hock meat. I wanted to save some of the fat, but I didn't. I'm trying to be good, but that is delicious. So I pulled up some of the collards just to make sure that they were tender and good. And oh my goodness, they are so good.
What tastes like?
Collards? Try that. Isn't that good? Of course it is. It's delicious. So what we're going to do, we're going to take our collards and we're going to drain them in our big colander here. Yeah. And then we're going to cut them up. So I'm going to go ahead and drain them and cut them up. We have drained our collards and now we're going to put them in our pan here so we can get them chopped up really good. You remember how many collards we had? They really cooked down. So we're going to have to ration these out. Sophia wants collards for breakfast, don't you, honey?
I'm hungry.
I know, she's hungry, so we might sit down and have collards for breakfast. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and chop these up. I've got my collard chopper right here. This has been in the family for years. It's one of my prized possessions. And I never want to get rid of it. So don't ever throw it out or sell it at a yard sale, Darren. No danger in that. He doesn't like to do yard sales. And after the one I had last Saturday, I don't care if I ever have one either. sugar to it just to sweeten it up because sugar helps everything. We don't need a whole lot of salt. I actually grabbed the pepper, so I'm going to grab the salt over here. Put a little bit of salt in there. Those ham hocks were really salty, so we don't really need a whole lot. You want some sugar this morning, honey? Not right now, maybe in a little bit. I already put some in your collar, so you'll have some of that for breakfast. Okay, now the secret ingredient. You don't have to do this, but bacon grease helps everything, so I'm just going to put a tad bit of bacon grease in there. Just a little bit. You don't want a whole lot, but makes it really good. And just continue to chop them up. And then the last thing that we are going to do is put our ham hocks in there. And then stir that up, and they'll be ready to eat. There they go. Stir that up. Now look at that. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. Sophia, do you have something you want to say?
Yeah.
What would you like to say, sweetheart? I'm going to finish cutting this up. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna taste them. Make sure we get a little bit of ham hock in there. Go along with it. I'm gonna tell you, that is absolutely delicious. They may not make it to the Thanksgiving table.
Mom.
Have mercy.